Mayor Lightfoot announced a census challenge for Chicago. It starts today and lasts until July 17th. The ward with the highest percentage of participants will get a special prize at the end. It's part of an effort to get as many people as possible to fill out the 2020 census, which determines federal funding for things like education, housing, and representation in government.
Joining us now to talk about that and more is 22nd Ward Alderman Michael D. Rodriguez. Good evening. Thanks for your time.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Well, why don't you tell people how they can complete the census?
Sure thing. Well, first of all, I represent a working class ward in Little Village, North Lawndale, Vidham Park, LeClairehurst, and Sleepy Hollow. We have Hispanics, African Americans, whites that live in our neighborhood, in our ward. And it's very important that we all fill out the census so that we make sure that we're bringing home the vital resources to fund our schools, our parks, our infrastructure. You can easily go online and fill out the census. You can return the form that's been mailed to you, or you can visit my office at 2500 South St. Louis, particularly if you're a Southside resident or a 22nd Ward resident. We're very happy to have you fill out the census. It's extremely important, and we're very, very excited to be able to help people in our office do this wonderful civic task.
We hope that everyone does fill out the census because, as you said, it means a lot for federal funding. Let's talk a little bit about some other things that are going on in the city of Chicago, especially the violence. It's gone nationwide that Chicago's not doing very well in tempering the violence, especially during these hot summer months. What is the answer? You know, everyone has a different answer. Everyone has different thoughts on how it could be tempered. But what do you think, Alderman?
You know, I've spent the better part of my career working on violence prevention and pro-peace activities. As a matter of fact, President Obama named me a champion of change in youth violence prevention because in my community and in my work, we take a comprehensive approach to violence prevention. We need to have preventative efforts for young people and their families to ensure that they are productive, staying in school and staying out of gangs. And we also need to have intervention services that are community-based, that are outcome-oriented. We happen to be blessed in our community to have some amazing outreach workers, people who are working around the clock with the most at-risk individuals to try to make sure that they're safe, and they're also not the perpetrators of violence. These same people are the victims and the perpetrators of violence. We need a comprehensive approach that also includes working with our police to make sure that we're doing community policing, real engagement at the neighborhood level. That type of preventative intervention, partnership approach, that's what works. A comprehensive approach to violence prevention. We've seen it work in our community.
A lot of work to do. President Trump is pressing for schools to reopen in the fall. The state of Illinois has a plan. Individual school districts are formulating their plan to get the students back in class. How are we going to do this in Chicago safely, Alderman?
Well, forgive me for having significant doubt in whatever plan our president has. The fact is that he's proven to be backwards in his thinking when it comes to keeping our community safe from this virus. We see in the vast majority of states in our country that are following his lead, they're moving backwards. We need to think critically and listen to the public health experts who are telling us what we need to be doing in this most perilous of times. Well, we never lived through a pandemic like this in our past, and hopefully into our future we won't. We need to listen to the public health experts and make sure that we are listening and implementing their guidance when it comes to when it comes to keeping our families and communities safe from this pandemic.
Alderman, have you found that the COVID somehow has become political?
Listen, the fact is that my community, the 60623 area code, has the highest zip code, has the highest number of confirmed cases in the state of Illinois. That's because we have working class people who are the most at risk to be the victims of this virus. Yeah, it's political. The fact is that working class people are deemed essential to be in the workplace, and they don't have the opportunity to be able to take days off typically, or to be able to work in an atmosphere that many other people are able to work from, maybe from home. It's political in the extent that we need to make sure that we're fighting for those people. for those working class individuals who don't have the opportunities that many others in our society have to be able to protect themselves and their families from this very dangerous virus. And let me repeat, everybody's at risk from this virus. Even young people who might fall victim to this virus may have long-term impacts on their health. We know that this is a possibility. Our president is not being a leader on this issue, and we need to make sure to listen to our public health experts who know that we need to be masked, we need to practice social distancing, and we need to stay home if we can.
We've got about 30 seconds left. Businesses are back open. Wondering if in your ward you've noticed that businesses are starting to recover.
Yeah, so I'm very proud to be the alderman of 26th Street and Cicero Avenue, 47th Street, Cermak Avenue. These are vital business districts to our city. I was happy to support efforts to cut sidewalk cafe permits in a quarter. They're from $600 to $150. Happy to decrease bureaucracy in our city by cutting the wait for those permits from 2 months to 5 days. That's the type of government we need, that's responsive to our businesses, to our constituents, particularly to our small businesses, to try to get those people back to work. We have businesses that have been open for 40, 50 years that are potentially closing. That is unacceptable. We need to do whatever we can to support them and keep people employed.
All right, Alderman of the 22nd Ward, Michael D. Rodriguez, thank you so much. Be safe, be well.
Thank you.